and Dia, right?
Good evening to you from Old Goa, from the Chapel of the Mount, and we are here because it's day 2 of the Monte Music Festival, which is such an important part of Goa's cultural and music calendar. It happens every year in February. Yesterday was day 1, where we saw some amazing performances by Dr. Swikar Katti and his friends, lovely quartet that set ablaze day 1 of the Mont Music Festival. But right now, on day 2, as the sun approaches sunset time, we are all set to introduce the people who will be performing tonight. But first up, it is Jeffrey Manuel with Mithali and Rahul.
And beautiful sights, sounds, and voices from the month of the chapel right here in Old Goa to the world. You are watching us right here at the month for the 22nd Month Festival. My name is Jeffrey, and we're bringing to you the essence of the festival. Before we go anywhere further than explaining to you, I've got this beautiful family, and I call them the D'Souza family: dad, mum, and 2 pretty daughters. Say hello to the camera, everybody. I'm going to start off with basically introducing 2 different styles, but instead of me doing this, tell us a little bit. I'm going to hand it over to the lady first, please.
So we are going to represent Odissi dance. I'm an Odissi dancer with Risa and Dia, both trained under me for Odissi. And Raul will be talking about his style.
I'll be performing the style of Bharatanatyam, which is a traditional South Indian style from Chennai.
So before we actually get to your performance, I'm raring to ask this question. Did dance make you all meet each other?
Yes,
very much.
very much.
That's brilliant. So now, yes, there's a confluence of 2 different styles, right? While you bring the unity in it, what's the difference between these 2 styles, if I may ask?
For example, the music normally used in Bharatanatyam is Carnatic music, while Odissi it is Hindustani, North Indian music. Also the styles, the line of the body is straight in Bharatanatyam, while there's a 3 bends, the very famous.
More rounded, like
rounded.
it's like a 3 bend posture, which is more curves. Yeah.
So it's a perfect collaboration between male and female, east and west, so to say, or north and south here in this case. Yeah.
So I'm just going to ask you another question about your performance just in a while. But coming to the daughters, does mother be a great tutor where dance is concerned? And tell us, from the Western influence of people now on TikTok and everything, you stuck to the roots of Indian classical. Tell us how this growth began. Can I start with you?
Sure. I think we've grown with this culture very much in our family, so it's come naturally to us and we love it. It's in our veins and I don't think we would have it any other way.
So I am sure at home there's plenty of dancing that goes along with it. What's a typical day of practice session? How does it work out? Is there an intense practice that goes into it?
I think we really think about what we want to perform for the audience, and we read that depending on the audience is what we go about how we want to perform. So I think that's how that dedication to the audience is what.
That's wonderful. While you try and do everything for the audience, my quick question then, streaming from what you just said, what can the audience today at the 22nd Month Festival expect of the performance today? What's the message that you'd like to drive home?
Okay.
So we actually have very thoughtfully woven this program today, and we have named it Pradaya, especially post-COVID. You know, we all have been blessed with so many things, and we want to really thank God for all the blessings and for each of our programs, each of our audiences. So we really wish that the Monte Fest becomes a success, and very thoughtfully woven program. We have named it called Pradaya, which means a blessing.
Before we let you go, and yes, there's an audience packed over here. You know, Rahul, Mithali, this is a Christian name, but there is something so beautiful that you're amalgamating the Indian culture Tell us about the organic growth of the mixture of Indian within, Christianity, should I say?
Yes. So a surprise item is a Christian item. So I'll be performing a solo item on Genesis, the story of man, the creation.
That's so beautiful.
So you will see a lot of blend of, we open with a traditional Ganpati piece, then we have a Shiva piece, then we'll be dancing on Krishna, and then you'll see the creation from the Bible, and then finally a Tilana, a blend of all styles all coming together, ending with a homage to Mother Earth.
That's
Unity
amazing.
in diversity is our motto, and this is how we present it.
And my last question to you. I think the girls would be performing Odissi, and you, would you say you're in a minority, or should I say your style's in a minority here?
Minority, but yeah, it's a woman's world, so Devi Shakti is what we'll experience here with the blend of,
Well, God has blessed you with so much, and most importantly, that radiating smile of the D'Souza family. We wish you well, we wish you luck, and live right here at the Monte Festival, they're about to go on stage, and the crowd right there is raring to go. Back to the studios where Savio is going to take you through. Thank you very much, the D'Souza family, and Godspeed, go break a leg. Good luck.
Manuel, in an interesting chat with Mithali and Rahul and their daughters. They are about to perform in less than 15 minutes from now, taking center stage with the crowd here, enjoying and ready to soak into this day 2 of the Monte Music Festival. And Bambi has been not only working hard but enjoying at the Monte Music Festival over the years, and especially this year.
Yes, Savio, of course, it's an amazing experience, and to have a watch at it from real close quarters is something really different. It's a mesmerizing, should we say, view from here. As you can see, the churches lined across the rivers, and of course, if you're here this evening, it's the program is gonna begin in a short while from now, and like Jeffrey, you just heard him speak to Mithali and Raul and their 2 children. Of course, it's going to be an amalgamation of Odissi and Bharatanatyam that's going to be showcasing contemporary classical dance and a blend of classical and fusion music. So we're going to get it to you right here live on DD Goa and on the YouTube channel as well. That will be followed, of course, by a lively session, a duet. It's called Between Women. We're going to have Ana Paula Russo on the vocals, will be singing, and Nuno Dias on the Portuguese guitar. That's going to be a lovely session as well. The popular Portuguese musical culture and the feminine, should we say, voice lending to the tunes. It's going to be a mesmerizing experience for y'all. Even if you're not going to be here, we're going to make sure we give you and bring you all the action of the 22nd edition of the Monte Music Festival about to begin. It's day 2 here, and in case you'll be missing it out, tomorrow we move up to South Goa at the Church of St. John the Baptist Church in Benauli, where we're going to have the grand finale, the Paranjoti Academy Chorus. It's going to be an a cappella repertoire of tunes, and that's going to be happening down south. So keep that in mind, especially, and this year we have a few things for the first time. Of course, there are no entry passes required as such. You can just walk in here. Anyways, for the last 22 years it has been a free entry for everybody, but now of course they used to have passes, free entry passes, but this time they've done out with that. So you can just walk in here, drive up to Old Goa, and move up here to enjoy the mesmerizing music and the wonderful views here at the Monte Music Festival 2024 at the Chapel of Our Lady of the Monte. Well, we're going to take you to Savio Norona now. I think he has Ruie with him, another popular guitar player from Goa, and we're going to see what he has to tell us too. So over to Savio Norona.
Well, welcome back to the Monte Music Festival. You just saw Jeffrey speaking to that wonderful couple, Mithali and Rahul, and their daughters, and they are about to perform very, very shortly at the Monte Music Festival. But I got someone with me who was the first participant at the first Monte Music Festival more than 20 years back, none other than a well-known music educationist Ruie Lobo. Ruie, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Savio.
How's this year's Monte Music Festival going?
Perfectly fine, just like it was in the beginning. And every Monte festival has been maintaining the same standard. And it's really wonderful to have this location and ambience. Absolutely marvelous.
Ruie, but going down memory lane, to that amazing first year when they started this, when the idea came about, you surely have good and very special memories of that Monte Music Festival. Tell us more.
I couldn't imagine that we would be able to do this thing. Sigmund approached me, Sigmund D'Souza, and he was the organizer at that time on behalf of Fundação Orient, and he convinced me that I should perform. And he said also there's a fantastic natural amphitheater, and it didn't need a mic. I couldn't believe. So I came here, did a trial, and it was absolutely wonderful. I don't know why they don't use that amphitheater venue. There's an amphitheater venue there behind the church.
Yeah. And Ruie, over the years, we have seen various acts, international musicians, and from around the country as well. How much do you think this has contributed to the growth of Indian classical as well as Western classical and fusion of music in Goa?
One thing I know that people make it a date, and just like carnival, people used to come for the carnival. Now tourists come especially for this Monte festival. So it has become a very well-established feature in the tourist world. Secondly, I've not only played in the first one, but over the years I think I played in various, at least three or four more editions with my guitar ensemble, then with the choir, and my first one was a solo classical guitar, yeah.
Yes. So there you go, Ruie Lobo speaking to us on the sidelines of the Monte Music Festival 2024. We got lots more coming up, but on center stage tonight, none other than Mithali and Raul and their daughters with a wonderful dance act, and following them it will be Nuno Dias and Ana Paula Russo, a terrific combination from Portugal. I'm Savio Norna for Doordarshan.
Well, thank you, Savio. And yes, we are back here with Bambino and Jeffrey. Well, I say double trouble, right? To have both of us behind the microphone, Bambi?
Yes, it all depends whether I'm the double or you're the trouble. Yes.
Well, this is TV, and thank God. Well, the punch would make me double. Anyway, moving on further. Look at the views. Look at the views that we have right here. We are standing by to see some very intimate, when I say intimate, the crowd in close proximity to the artist, all this and more. Now, as we look at it, we've got so much of color here, a diverse audience, should I say, from demographics. If we can see, it's a mixed age, and yes, quite a few international travelers and visitors for the festival.
Yes, not only to soak in the sounds, but also to soak in the views here. For many, like yesterday, in case many of you might have not known or not caught up with, we met up with some tourists who have been coming here since 1979 to Goa, but they've been coming to the Monte Music Festival every time they get an opportunity. They are all the way from Heidelberg in Germany, which also is a place which is known for education, and also they have these lovely castles, and so they say they wouldn't go to any other place for a holiday. If it is a holiday, it has to be in Goa. And not only them, but their children and their grandchildren have also been making a point to make sure that they come up here to Goa for a holiday, especially during the cold winters in Europe.
Of course, it's a signature event that cannot be missed. But shouldn't I mean, the more I think about the Monte Festival, I have two views to this. The Monte Festival gives Goa character, and what complements it as well is Goa gives the Monte Festival character. Let me elaborate. You know, in the settings that we have, I think more events like these kind of draws this wonderful mosaic of what Goa is. you know, the kind of Western influence, the kind of Indian attributes that we give. We throw in a little bit of the Portugal influence. So don't you think it's giving character to this whole state of Goa, and the state of Goa giving more character to the month? Am I going too deep in my thoughts?
Not really, but I think you've seconded what the director of Fundação Orient, Dr. Paulo, has said, and he says that this is like home at the Monte Music Festival. Coming back to this place, the Our Lady of the Monte Chapel here in Old Goa, it has been a lovely journey, because if I recollect. If my memory serves me right, in 2002 when they started, and at that time Savio and me, we were with the radio, and we decided, okay, we were not so advanced as far as broadcasting was concerned, so we came, we recorded it, we brought the computers here, and I remember before the festival could begin, we came here for a recce about 1 or 2 days or 4 or 5 days before, and the chapel, it was like almost not in ruins, but the surrounding, there was like weeds growing all around the place. And then on the day the festival began, it was like all clean. It looked so amazing. And I think it's almost time for the performances to begin, and we're going to look forward to another amazing day 2 at the 22nd edition of the Monte Music Festival that's going to begin in just a short while from now. So just like those guests who are getting ready with a cup of chai and some tea and toast, probably some biscuits, for those of you around here in Goa watching it, I'm sure you too can sit back and enjoy this lovely performance that's coming your way.
Yesterday, Runa called it a stunning setting. Today I use the word idyllic. And I'm sure as this evening progresses, all of you will come up with a number of superlative adjectives to describe the month and her beauty. It's great to see the ones who were with us yesterday. It's always an absolute pleasure to have you with us. And for the ones who are joining us for the first time today,
what we are about to witness
is
is a family performance. Yes, we just heard, and it was so beautiful talking to both Mithali and Rahul and their 2 daughters. The crowd from afar have come to witness 2 different styles, Bharatanatyam and Odissi. Yes, the family coming in together. We have a hostess, I should say, introducing everybody to today's functioning. There you have Dr. Paul Gomish. Yes, this is his second time in charge of, and what a fine job he's been doing. Dr. Paul Gomish, the director at Fundação Orient.
Coming to the first act of this evening, I think we'll get a different idea of what the word marriage actually means. Because the 4 artists that will be performing for us today are actually individual artists in their own right. They are coming together for the first time this evening here in Goa, but just before we are swept off our feet, let's learn a little bit about them as individual artists. Mithali Rahul is an accomplished Odissi classical artist, a seasoned performer and a teacher, having toured extensively within India and abroad over 3 decades. Mithali continues the tradition of imparting knowledge to all age groups through this beautiful dance form, through the Institute Nitravan. She truly believes that dance is the hidden language of the soul and has reached out to over 10,000 students globally through her workshops titled Soul to Soul. Coming to Rahul, Mithali says it's rather unusual to find a young man from a Christian background drawn to a dance form originally practiced in temples, the Bharatanatyam. But unusual is not the apt word to describe Rahul's dance performances. She uses words like verve, vivacity, evocative, and enthralling. Performing with well-known dancers in India, his extensive tours to Europe and a number of other countries have made him a seasoned performer. And today we have 2 very special guests also joining us, their beautiful daughters. An ethereal Odissi classical dancer for over a decade, their daughter Dia is a student of Mithali Rahul. Dia aspires to become a media professional while continuing to espouse the dance form of Odissi. Risa, being the youngest of the four, is an aspiring and enthusiastic dancer who has been learning the Odissi dance form for more than 10 years now. Together with her sister, she has also performed at numerous dance festivals in India and abroad. Now, Mitali and Raul have performed at this very stage at the Monte Music Festival 11 years ago, in the year 13 years ago, in the year 2011, my bad, 13 years ago. But this time around, and for the very first time, they will be performing with their daughters. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming, for the very first time in India, the performance Pradaya.
नागेन्द्रहाराय त्रिलोचनाय भस्माङ्गरागाय महेश्वराय नित्याय शुद्धाय दिगम्बराय तस्मै नकाराय नमः शिवाय सलिलचन्दन चर्चिताय नन्दीश्वर प्रमथनाथ महेश्वराय मन्दार पुष्प बहुपुष्प सुपूजिताय तस्मै मकाराय नमः शिवाय शिवाय गौरी वदनाब्जविन्द सूर्याय दक्षाध्वरनाशकाय श्रीनीलकण्ठाय वृषध्वजाय तस्मै शिकाराय नमः शिवाय वसिष्ठकुम्भोद्भवगौतमार्य मुनीन्द्रदेवार्चितशेखराय चन्द्रार्कवैश्वानरलोचनाय तस्मै वकाराय नमः शिवाय यक्षस्वरूपाय जटाधराय पिनाकहस्ताय सनातनाय दिव्याय देवाय दिगम्बराय तस्मै यकाराय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय
Vandana. We began today's program with Ganesh Vandana, Vakratunda Mahakaya, a prayer to the elephant head god, the remover of all obstacles, paving way for an enlightening evening. The music for this item was inspired by noted music composer and singer Shri Ashit Desai. Shiva Panchakshari. In the second item, you had a glimpse of Odissi and Bharatanatyam in tandem. Through our performance, Shiva Panchakshari Stotram, Nama Shivaya, the meditative symbols, symbolizes 5 elements of the human body. Na, Prithvi, earth. Ma, Jal, water. Shi, Agni, fire. Va, Vayu, air. And Ya, Akash, the infinite sky, the limitless.
We now continue with the traditional aspect of the Indian classical dance form of Odissi with Battu. This item establishes core physical grammar of dance drawn from sculptures with postures like veena, flute, drum, cymbals, elaborately carved in temples of Orissa. It has short dance phrases and repetitive musical refrain. The origin of Battu Nritya comes from the pure dance offering in honor of Lord Batuka Bhairava, one of the 64 aspects of Lord Shiva, till date prevalent in Odisha. This remains one of the most challenging items in the Odissi repertoire and will be performed by Mithali, Diya, and Risa. Battu.
A little info about Odissi, the dance we just witnessed. Odissi, a traditional dance form of Orissa, owes its origin to the temple dances of the Devdasis. Based on the popular devotion to Lord Krishna and the verses of the Sanskrit play Geet Govinda, it is a soft, lyrical, classical dance which depicts the ambience of Orissa and the philosophy of its most popular deity, Lord Jagannath. Odissi has two major facets: Nritta, or non-representational dance, in which ornamental patterns are created using body movements in space and time, and Abhinay, or stylized mime, in which symbolic hand gestures and facial expressions are used to interpret a story or a theme. The technique of Odissi includes repeated use of Tribhangi, or the thrice deflected posture, in which the body is bent in three places: the head, torso, and knee, approximately in the shape of a helix. We will now be presenting Krishna Ashtakam.
Written by Sri Vallabhacharya, it is the most beautiful experience of Madhura Bhava Bhakti, which has 8 verses describing Lord Krishna. It signifies the beautiful relationship between the Atma and the Paramatma, where humanity merges with the divine. We present Krishna Ashtakam.
चित्तरञ्जनं सदैव नन्दनन्दनं सुविच्छगुच्छमस्तकं सुनादवेणुहस्तकम् अनङ्गरङ्गसागरं नमामि कृष्णनागरम् मनोजगर्वमोचनं विशाललोललोचनं विधूतगोपशोचनं नमामि पद्मलोचनम्
करारविन्दभूधरं स्मितालोकसुन्दरं
महेन्द्रमानदारणं नमामि कृष्णवारणम् कदम्बसूनकुण्डलं सुचारुगण्डमण्डलं व्रजाङ्गनैकवल्लभं नमामि कृष्णदुर्लभम्
यशोदया समुदया सगोपया सनन्दया
युतं सुखैकदायकं नमामि गोपनायकम् सदैव पादपङ्कजं मदीयमानसे निजं दधानमुत्तमालकं नमामि नन्दबालकम्
समस्तदोषशोषणं समस्तलोकपोषणं
समस्तगोपमानसं नमामि नन्दलालसम् भरावतारकं भवाभिकर्णधारकं यशोमतीतिशोरकं नमामि चित्तचोरकम्
दिगन्तकान्तभङ्गिनं सदा सदा रसङ्गिनं दिने दिने नवं नवं नमामि नन्दसम्भवम्
गुणाकरं सुखाकरं कृपाकरं कृपापरं सुरद्विषन्निकन्दनं नमामि गोपनन्दनम्
नवीनगोपनागरं नवीनकेलिलं पटं नमामि मेघसुन्दरं तडिप्रभालसत्पटम्
समस्तगोपनन्दनं हृदं भुजैकमोदनं नमामि कुञ्जमध्यगं प्रसन्नभानुशोभनम्
निकामकामदायकं दृगन्तचारुसायकं
रसालवेणुगायकं नमामि कुञ्जनायकम् विदग्धगोपिकामनो मनोज्ञतल्पशायिनं नमामि कुञ्जकानने प्रवृद्धवह्निपायिनं यदा तदा यथा तथा तथैव कृष्णसत्कथा मया सदैव गीयतां तथा कृपा विधीयताम्
प्रमाणिकाष्टकद्वयं जपत्यधीत्य यः पुमान् भवेत् स नन्दनन्दने भवे भवे सुभक्तिमान् भवेत् स नन्दनन्दने भवे
Shankara Pallavi. This item begins with soft movements of the eyes and torso and gradually reaches a crescendo. The movements of a Pallavi are extremely graceful and music is given equal importance. A Pallavi is compared to the blooming of a flower. It is a pure dance item presented by Diya, Risa, and Mitali.
Well, a lovely little view here as the family dancers take a little break, and they're going to be back, of course. There's much more to look forward to as you see the expectant look on all the guests who are here. Jeffrey, you enjoyed the performance, I'm
There
sure.
couldn't be a more prettier setting, right? No technology where backdrops are concerned. Just natural view. Beautiful, beautiful to the brain. And yes, it's come back home right here at the Monte on the chapel right up here in Old Goa. We are still waiting for them dancing, coming back on stage in just about now. Stand by, everyone. So, Bambino, you were here yesterday. What was it like? Of course, it was one performance yesterday with music, and today too. But tell us a bit more. What was it all about?
Yes, of course. Yesterday was the sitar, the classical sitar recital performance that we had lovely chance to watch and be part of. And it was a fusion concert that lasted a little over an hour and a half, and started just like this, just as the sunset. But it was a great beginning, and everybody appreciated what they saw yesterday.
I think, Bambino, we are preparing for our artists to come back. But yes, speaking about music, yesterday it was classical music. Today we're looking at classical dance. And in a little while from now, we're bringing in the Western Portuguese influence, isn't it?
Yes, we're going to have Ana Paula Russo and Nuno Dias who will be performing. And tomorrow we culminate the Monte Music Festival 2024. But here we are.
Artists are back on.
a little about my dance style, Bharatanatyam. Bharatanatyam is one of the oldest and richest classical dance styles, formed its origins in the temples of South India about 3,000 years ago. Initially known as Sadar Attam, or court dance, and Dasi Attam, performed by Dasis, the servants of God, Bharatanatyam has a devotional basis and owns its origins to Devdasis or temple dancers. A composite art comprising elements like stage, drama, music, poetry, color, and rhythm, Bharatanatyam is a symbol of beauty and aesthetic perfection. As a philosophy, it is a search for the human soul, for the ideal. As a religion, it is man's desire to unite with the ultimate. As a science, it is to attain the perfection of body technique and corporal movement. And as poetry, it is the symbol of rhythmic lyricism.
That was Raul D'Souza who quickly told us what the Bharatanatyam dance is all about.
We come now to innovate. And the item I will present is taken from the book of Genesis, from the Bible, the story of man. The item goes as follows. In the beginning, there was nothing. Then you hear the sound of drums, the symbol of creation. You have rain, water and water everywhere. Slowly and gradually the water dries. There appears the earth, the sun, the moon, stars, birds, animals, fish, and all the creation of the world. God comes and sees that everything is beautiful. But there's one thing lacking. The creation of man, the highest creature. God mixes mud and water, makes an image of man, and God blows life into it. Adam comes to life, walks in the Garden of Eden. For his hunger, he plucks fruits to eat. For his thirst, he drinks water. But he feels lonely and alone on earth. He falls asleep. While he is asleep, God creates woman from his side. Both woman and man go to God and worship him. God blesses them and says, the whole of creation belongs to you. But look, that tree, the fruit of this tree is forbidden to eat. And this is my commandment. God blesses them. Adam and Eve walk in the Garden of Eden. At this, the entry of Satan takes place in the form of a serpent. The serpent climbs the tree, calls Eve, and gives her the forbidden fruit, and says, if you eat this fruit, you and that God will be alike. Eve falls to temptation, eats the fruit, gives it to Adam too. Adam too eats the fruit. At this, they hear the voice of God. They're afraid. They ask for mercy and pardon. They're ashamed of their own bodies. The angels of the Lord enter paradise, chase the couple out of paradise, and close the doors of paradise. This item is inspired, choreographed by my teacher, Dr. Francis Barbosa, the famous dance priest. This is an old recording, so kindly excuse the sound quality. I perform in a solo style of Bharatanatyam. So Indian classical dance is essentially a solo presentation. Now it is made more convenient with groups. So this is a solo performance by me, the Genesis.
Well, Jeffrey, I think this is going to be an interesting performance. Like Raul did mention that he's going to amalgamate a little bit of the Catholic kind of story that he's going to portray in his Bharatanatyam.
True that. And that's what I say is a beautiful blend. Let's go straight into it right now.
Adi Meta Adi Meta जग की सिरजनहार नमन तुझे पालन सारे जग की नमन तुझे पालनहार सारे जग की सिरजनहार नमन तुझे पालनहार अवनि अंबर सूर्य चंद्र तारे अवनि अंबर सूर्य चंद्र तारे खग मृग मीर और सर्वज सारे सबको बनाया सिरजनहार सबको बनाया सिरजनहार सारे जग की साखी मानव रजारी इस निर्जारी स्वरूप दियारी सृष्टि रचाकी मानव रचारी इस निर्जारी स्वरूप दियारी परिपूर्ण कर दिया शत्रु अब सिर चढ़ आया प्रबल 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 मानवनी तब आके तोड़ा प्रबल शत्रु अब सिर चढ़ाया प्रबल शत्रु अब सिर चढ़ाया निर्भल मानवनी तब आके तोड़ा
What a beautiful journey.
But this is not the
Yes, taking us from the Garden of Eden to right here at the Monte. What a beautiful rendition from the first chapters of the Genesis. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. We now prepare ourselves, I think, for the second half of the second day at the Monte Festival.
been inspiring us on our spiritual journey. They are such a blessing to humanity. Pradaya. Medley of inspirational songs and prayers. This medley that conveys the values by which we should try to live and share with humanity.
So I'm glad you're still here with us right here as we bring it live, DD Goa, from the Monte right here in Old Goa, broadcasting or telecasting live. Beautiful rendition by a family, the D'Souza family, Rahul, Mithali, and both their daughters, Risa and Dia. And it's such a beautiful blend of traditions and cultures. And I'm so glad you joined us over here. We're going to be taking a cultural shift now. If that was Indian classical, the B side of today's show would take us through the classical music from Portuguese, from Portugal. And in about, a small break, and then we're going straight into this. We're going to be witnessing the Between Women project. Now, it all arose from the desire to unite two musical and cultural languages within Portuguese popular musical culture, the feminine discourse of the Portuguese guitar from Coimbra, and the female voice, so close yet distant over time. All this and much more in a little bit from now. We'll also have Bambino speaking to the artist. Nuno Dias, who Dias is a teacher and one of the biggest name in Portuguese guitar. Stand by, everybody. There's plenty coming your way right here at the Monte Festival, this 22nd edition of it. So be standing by, everybody, because we are going to be talking, Bambino is going to be talking to the artists that are about to perform. As I said, Nuno Dias is a teacher and one of the biggest names in Portuguese guitar. Let's go over to Bambino.
जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई उठ जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई अब रैन कहाँ जो सोवत है जो सोवत है वो खोवत है जो सोवत है वो खोवत है जो जागत है वो पावत है उठ जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई उठ जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई दुख नींद से अखियां खोल जरा ऐ गाफिल रब से ध्यान लगा दुख नींद से अखियां खोल जरा ऐ गाफिल रब से ध्यान लगा ये प्रीत करन की रीत नहीं ये प्रीत करन की रीत नहीं रब जागत है तू सोवत है उठ जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई उठ जाग मुसाफिर भोर
What a wonderful way for a family to spend their talent, isn't it? There you saw Rahul Mithali and both his daughters, Dia and Risa, performing live at the Monte Festival. If you just joined us, well, you missed out on a bigger part of today's program where we had a beautiful amalgamation of two styles, Bharatanatyam and the Odissi classical dance. Plenty planned
Before we
right here,
conclude,
and I
we
think they
take
may
this
enter into
opportunity
a break.
to
Let's
thank
go
the
on and
organizing
listen to
committee
our
of Monte
host.
Music Fest 2024 and wish them great success for all the future festivals. We would like to especially thank Mr. Paolo Gomes and his dedicated and efficient team for the warm welcome and the lovely hospitality we got in Goa. Thank you so much to each and everyone present here today. We will be concluding with Charishnu and Devi Stuti.
Charishnu and Devi Stuti. This concluding item is a fast tempo, pure dance, full of joy and rhythm, comprising of beautiful and graceful, pure dance steps.
So we have the final act coming in from the husband, wife, or should I say, mummy, daddy, and the two daughters. They've actually enthralled the entire audience for the last 45 minutes to an hour, and I hope you've been joining us right from the start on this, the second day of the Monte Festival. We're going to be talking in to the next performers in a little while from now. That's Ana Paula Russo and Nuno Dias, which is a perfect blend of Portugal classical singing and the Portugal guitar. Yes, it's going to be a variation from Indian classical dance to the variation in just a while from now. Yes, this is the 22nd edition of the Monte Festival. If you're following it with us, it's back to home ground, as I say. They've taken the festival to other places, but yes, it didn't feel the same. And now it's homecoming right here on a beautiful little mount. It's a chapel on the Monte right here in the very historical, ancient ruins around the place of Old Goa. The audience still thinking and sitting down. And let's move on back to the stage.
A bigger round of applause for Mitali, Rahul, Dia, and Riza, ladies and gentlemen.
The applauses of the audience, we very soon find out how interesting this is. Well, a rapturous applause coming in from the audience to this beautiful family, mother, father, and two lovely daughters. And this is what makes the Mon Festival so beautiful, with the natural background. We started off with the beautiful, should I say, sunlight, and the sunlight has receded, and this is now what we have, a black backdrop. Plenty of blending in right now while our artists are being felicitated. We prepare for the B-side of the show, which is again another beautiful mix of different cultures coming in a little while from now. For you, dear audiences, if you're joining in, we're coming in live from the month. Yes, the chapel on the month, that's what we'd like to call it. After 4 such years, it's coming back to home grounds, as we say. This, the 22nd edition of the month music festival. It's one of them signature events right here in Goa, and it's all brought to you by Fundasa Orient. In a while, we'll be having Bambino, who's going to be talking in to the next artist, and of course, our very own Savio. You've been out and around. What's the pulse out there with the audience?
Yeah, it's really fabulous. The spot is fabulous. The crowd is cosmopolitan. There are people from around Goa, around the country, and internationally as well. Yesterday we met a group of Germans who have been coming very regularly for the Monte Festival, wherever it is, and they say that this is one of the factors that draws them to India every year around this time.
And when you look at the crowd, this is exactly what's the intention, a melting pot of different cultures, different people, different styles, isn't it?
Yes, it's one platform which amalgamates Western classical with Indian classical, and I was talking to Ana Paula Russo and Nuno Diaz yesterday informally, and they told me that even if they get a simple opportunity to do some fusion stuff, they'll be much more, very happy to do so. And coming up is Bambino Dias talking to the duo from Portugal.
All right, here on the sidelines of the Monte Music Festival, it's day 2, and guess what? I have performers who are about to get on stage for a sneak preview about what's going to come up for the next hour or so. They've got a great lineup. I have the guy here with this lovely Portuguese guitar, Nuno Dias, and I have Ana Paula Russo, who'll be singing her melodious tunes. I think you could share with what our viewers would be in store for this evening.
Yes, it will be a beautiful journey throughout the Portuguese traditional folk songs. We are going to have songs from north to south to the islands, so it will be hopefully a beautiful travel through the cultural heritage of Portugal.
Yes, a little earlier we saw an amalgamation of two dance forms, Odissi and Bharatanatyam, and here we have an amalgamation of, should we say, music, the guitar, and the marvelous voice. Yes.
Hopefully marvelous. Hopefully I still have to get dressed and all those things, but hopefully I'll be in time.
Yes. So anything you'd like to say to our viewers?
Well, I think it's a homage we pay to Goa, which is very connected to Portugal, as Portugal is to Goa. And we see it because in the names, wherever you go, there's always a glimpse of Portugal. And we bring you several glimpses of Portugal in the form of songs, traditional songs, worked in erudite way, perhaps we should say, but not too pompous. So it's a pleasure to be here and to bring you Portugal, our bit of Portugal to you, as we have seen your amazing culture, Indian culture, yesterday and today. And so we send you back, we give you back what we can. It's our culture in Portugal.
Terrific. Thank you very much for sharing a little bit of what we are in store for. So that's coming up in just a short while from now. So we take you back to the commentary box.
So while we are here, we also have Savio Nerona, who's also going to be talking to Dr. Isabel Raimundo of the Consul General. As you've noticed, we've taken a short break at the Monte Festival and, preparing for the B-side. Savio should be with us in a little while from now. Well, we talked to Dr. Isabel Raimundo, the Consul General of Portugal. But our audience here were awestruck with the wonderful performance of the D'Souza family. We're out and about during this break, talking and taking interviews and finding out. We are ready to go to Savio, who's with the Consul General, Dr. Isabel. Over to you, Savio.
All right, at the Monte Music Festival, this is the second day of this fabulous festival that happens every year in February here, and I have the pleasure of having with us here live on DD Goa none other than the Consul General of Portugal in Goa, Dr. Isabel Raimundo. Bem-vindo, Sra. Doutora, and tell us, you've been to the Monte Festival last year, you've been here this year, and surely the different acts, music genres that you've seen and performances from people not only from India but from abroad, how has been the experience for you?
The experience last year and this year has been amazing. So the venue last year was very beautiful. with had the surroundings so beautiful near the water. Here it's so wonderful with the sunset, everything, and the acting is also amazing because it's real good performances from Indian and Portuguese also artists. So it's very interesting.
Portugal and India have such friendly relations, and such events surely goes a long way in promoting cultural exchange, and developing relations even further. What do you have to say?
What I have to say is that it's one of the most important things is the cultural exchanges between countries, because people get to know each other. There are people-to-people contacts, and knowing each other is the first step to loving each other. So it's very important, the cultural exchanges.
Fabulous. And in a few moments from now, a lovely duo from Portugal are going to perform here, Ana Paula Russo and Nuno Dias. You've surely watched them, you know them. So what are your emotions like as they are about to take center stage here?
Yes, for me very special because it's something from my country and that I know very well. So it's like a reminder of my roots, and also I'm very proud that so beautiful performances from my country are performed here in India and Goa in particular.
So there you go, the Consul General of Portugal in Goa, Dr. Isabel Raimundo, speaking to us on Doordarshan India.
Well, that's Savio Norona getting a quick catch-up with the Consul General of Portugal in Goa, Dr. Isabel Raimundo. Of course, we have a short break, but we are filling it up with the sights and scenes here around the Chapel of Our Lady of the Monte here in Old Goa. What wonderful scenes and sights that you see as we await our next performance that's coming in. We're going to have this lovely duo. It's titled In Between Women. In fact, that's a project that arose from the desire to unite two musical and cultural languages within Portuguese popular musical culture, the feminine discourse of the Portuguese guitar from Coimbra, and of course the female voice, so close yet distant over time. So this will be featuring Ana Paula Russo and Nuno Dias. It's over to Jeffrey Manuel right now.
And yes, I pulled him out of his very busy schedule, Dr. Paolo. First of all, congratulations on a task well done. Is it what you always thought that this festival is going to be? Tell us a little bit more so far.
Yes. Yesterday we started with the sitar recital and it was very beautiful, but today we have no more spaces.
I can say.
Because it's a huge crowd, but it was so good to see. All of these dancers, the family, it was great when the fathers or the parents passed to their doctors this patient for the dancing. It was brilliant, and for sure we cannot ask for more.
Dr. Paolo, there's so much of wisdom that's gone into curating this. Yesterday it was classical music. Today there are two items of a perfect blend of Indian classical and Western, that's Portugal classical music coming in. Tomorrow you're taking it to another level. What's the wisdom that goes into curating something like this?
The thing is, when we start to think about the Monte Music Festival and the concept, we always try to have a balance. Okay, a mix between some voice, some dancing, some instrumental appointments, because it's important to bring into offer to the audience different aspects, different concepts.
Correct.
This is the secret, because we start to think about the Monte Music Festival 6-7 months before.
Yes.
So to have and to promote, to bring to Goa all of these components. This is the reason that Monte Music Festival, it's one of the most important events in Goa.
True.
Fortunately, we have a lot of events, cultural events in Goa, and Monte Music Festival is one of
And Doctor, you being adventurous now, you're taking the Monte Festival beyond, of course, just one location. What's the idea about taking it now to Margao, to the south of Goa?
Yes. It will be the first time because it's important to take Monte Music Festival to the south, to allow the public and the people from the south to attend the Monte Music Festival, because some people from the south don't have conditions to come to Old Goa, to come to the chapel. So it's a way, from this way, we can take the Monte Music Festival and allow that people to attend the festival.
Well, Dr. Paolo, under your guidance, this is your second year, but it seems like you brought in so much of character to the show. You answered the question, but I'm going to ask you again. The planning for the festival starts 6 months ago. Like, I'm sure you have something in mind for the next. Would you reveal already?
Yes. Probably you don't know, but next year will be a very special year because we are celebrating 30 years in India, in Goa.
Amazing.
Because we started in 1995. It will be a very, very special year. Not only with the Monte Music Festival, but we are planning a lot of surprises. But we are in Feb now, so we have more 10 months ahead. So I think it's important to focus in this year, okay, of course, because we have a lot of activities to do. But for sure, like we did in the past Vem Cantar, the 25th edition of Vem Cantar, it was special. Of course, Monte Music Festival will be special next year.
I only wish you good luck. What you're doing it right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the man who leads from the front, Dr. Paolo.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure talking to you. Good luck. Good luck.
That was Jeffrey Manuel there speaking to Dr. Paulo Gomes, who has been instrumental in the last 2 years to make sure that the Monte Music Festival scales to new heights. It's been running for 22 years now, started in 2002, the Monte Music Festival. This was the birthplace here at the Chapel of Our Lady of Monte, and in the last edition was in 2019 right here at the Monte, and since this area was being refurbished and renovated, the music festival couldn't be held, but here it is, of course, back again at the Monte. And I have Savio Norona, who has another guest in line.
So here we go, yet another personality live on a live telecast, and it's none other than Nita Brid. She's the Vice President with Fomento's corporate. And Nita, thanks for joining us. And we are at high altitude, and surely you are on a high listening to and watching the amazing performances.
Absolutely, you have said it. We are actually on a high, and what a beautiful place. The whole setting is Monte. And on behalf of Fomento Resorts and Hotels Limited, I would like to express absolute excitement and happiness that we are back home. This is where the Monte Music Festival belongs to, and I'm so happy that the first day, that was yesterday, and today have been basically, conducted here. It was fabulous yesterday, and today the crowd and the throngs of listeners and viewers is absolutely packed. That's testimony to, if you remember when we spoke before the festival, what kind of a magnet this festival is going to be. So here we are, Savio.
And Anita, for you, it's surely been a nice journey, because you've been associated for so many years with
2004, Savio. Yes.
20 years.
Yes.
So pick some memories and tell us how has been these 20 years full of amazing performances, full of personalities, and full of memories.
Yes. So I can say one thing with great pride. Not only we have the repeat listeners and viewers who are coming here, I'm very happy to note that today's performers, Mitali, she has performed here, I think, in 2013 and 2013 and now 2024. We see her again in her element. Her children are also now performing with us. I think that's such a pride to behold. Apart from that, I have had tremendous memories from 2004 till now, where we would call people and ask them to come and attend the festival. And today we have to politely say, okay, not today, make it for tomorrow's event or the day after's event. So we have come a far way long, and that's a testimony to what this festival is going to be in the times to come.
So now it's the people who are calling you all.
Yes, absolutely. And I love the way the tables have turned. This is how it should be. Art has to be celebrated like this.
Yes.
And it has to be recognized in this format. It is a big high for artists who come and perform to packed houses like this.
Yes.
Yes.
And talking about celebrating art, there are surely artists who have personally told you about the experience and the joy they felt at performing at the Monte
Yes,
Festival.
I'll be a little biased here. Not only have they come here to perform to represent their participation at the Monte Music Festival, because it's really on the scale and the calendar of the musical events of the country, but I think the way Siddharth Goa then, and now of course it starts Siddharth Goa, the way we have been hospitality partners, I think staying with us, performing here, go hand in hand, Savio.
Fabulous. Nita Brid there, she not only loves music, but she is one of the persons instrumental in bringing good music acts to you along with Fundação Orient. Thanks for joining us.
And I'll just finish this with, it would not have been possible without Mrs. Anju Timlo, Managing Director of Fomento Resorts and Hotels Limited. Her push and encouragement to keep growing art and music and every kind of format.
Yes.
Thank you, Savio.
A big thank you to Mrs. Timlo as well. And thank you to Nita
Thank you,
for
Savio.
joining us. And in a few moments now, we have the second act coming up, Ana Paula Russo and Nuno Dias. This is live on Didi Goa from the Monte Music Festival.
Thank you.
Savio Nerona out and about just like Bambino and I are. What a wonderful gathering it is here of sorts. Everybody doing their thing. We're now awaiting the B part of today's show, should I call it, or the second half again, which is going to be a different mix of styles. Yes, we did see dance, or should I say we saw classical music yesterday. The first half of the show saw an amalgamation of two styles. That's Odissi and Bharatanatyam, and very soon you are going to be witnessing a Portugal classical singer and of course the wonderful Portugal guitar. All this and much more coming your way in a little while from now. Yes, what do we have next?
There are many people who have come from around the country and around Goa as well, and Bambino Dias is all set to talk to Selvin Menezes and Arvind Menezes, two well-known musicians from Goa, and they are attending the Monte Music Festival.
Well, enjoying the sights and the sounds at the Monte Music Festival Day 2, the 22nd edition of the Monte Music Festival. I stumbled upon not only my friends here, Arvind and Selvin. Selvin has performed at the Monte Music Festival a few years back, and Arvind sings along and enjoys himself. Good to see you guys here. You enjoying?
Yeah, it's a fantastic thing being organized by Fundação Orient, and we've been actually around here for a lot of the performances. Besides Selvin and me having performed here, it's something that's so nice, and culture from various parts of the country which are presented. That is the most amazing thing over here. I should say.
It's an amalgamation. In fact, an opportunity. I think, Selvin, you were telling me, that you played on the side stage a few years back, and you were looking forward to playing on the main
stage. Great memories when I came there, and to remember performances about 5 years back.
I see.
And to remember late Carlos Montero performing with us. Great memories.
Yes.
With Gawana, of course.
Right, and I'm sure you're looking forward to the next performance that's coming in.
Of course. We're just waiting for it. They said 5 minutes, but yeah, let's see. It's going to start shortly, I'm sure.
Yes, thank you so much. So there you are. Everybody's waiting in anticipation as the next performance coming in. We have guests, who are waiting to watch the performances, and we are going to get it live to you on Didi Goa as well as on Didi Goa YouTube channel. If you have your friends who are not here, please pass on the message, and we'll see you. We're getting updated of the Monte Music Festival 2024.
Well, that's Bambino Dias doing his bit over here. Let me remind you, dear viewers, now if some of you can't make it, we'll be going to Benauli tomorrow, which is the concluding performance that's happening tomorrow at the St. John the Baptist Church in Benauli. Now, for the first time, the Monte Festival is moving away from its comfort zone, and we're taking it as Dr. Paolo, the curator, and should I say the director of Fundação Orient said, for the first time, it's going down to the south. Now, what can you expect tomorrow? It kicks off at 6 p.m. Paranjoti Academy Chorus will perform an a cappella repertoire now spanning 60 years Kumi Vadia, conductor emeritus, has led Paranjoti Academy Chorus. They will be performing tomorrow. And yeah, the audience swiftly taking to their seats for what's going to be another more interesting rendition. Portugal Classical. As a hostess says behind the mic, it's the mixing of the East with the West. Yes, Indian fusion of dance. And now, Savio, we're headed to what?
Yes, you can hear the compare for the evening, Jeanette Barbosa Naranya, um, explaining in detail about the next act coming up, and it's none other than Ana Paula Russo and Nuno Dias from Portugal.
She teaches canto at the Escola Artística de Música do Conservatório Nacional and at the Academia de Música da Almada. Now, Ana Paula Russo has only been to India once. She said decades ago, and that was only in transit, while she was headed to Macau on another performance. So this is the first time she'll be performing for us in India. She's being accompanied this evening by Nuno Dias, who is a renowned Portuguese guitarist and one of the biggest names currently in the scene. Now, you might wonder why this performance is called Between Women. I mean, we have Ana Paula Russo, who's not yet on stage, and Nuno Dias. Between women. That's the question, right? And here we have a little grammar lesson for us all. Now, when we use languages other than English, a lot of the languages have nouns that have assigned genders to them. We know this. I mean, this happens in Konkani, it happens in Hindi, we know this. And in Portuguese, we have the discourse tonight that's going to take place between the feminine voice of Ana Paula Russo and the Portuguese Coimbra guitar, which is a feminine object. Now, all of us are very unconventional, or rather we would like to be unconventional. And Ana Paula Russo mentions that in Coimbra, the Coimbra Fado is usually accompanied by the male tenor voice. But tonight, she says that for the second time in the world, we are going to witness the Portuguese Coimbra guitar being accompanied by the very feminine voice. She mentions that this was the brainchild of the Portuguese guitarist, the internationally acclaimed Carlos Paredes, who they will dedicate a large part of their performance tonight. Together, they will transport us through the feeling of longing and also make references to Zeca Afonso, whose works were very moving during the Carnation Revolution of Portugal, which this year will complete its 50th anniversary. Before we begin, I would like to invite Ana Paula Russo and Nuno Dias to take the stage. And to welcome them, I would like to invite Dr. Paulo Gomes, Director of the Delegation of Fundação Oriente in India, Her Excellency Doutora Isabel Raimundo, Consul General of Portugal in Goa, and Mrs. Nita Brito of Taj Cidade de Goa. Oh, sorry. To welcome our performers with garlands of flowers. And now that our mood has been set, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to present to you for the first time in India, Between Women.
So day 2 at the Monte Music Festival is all set to feature the duo from Portugal, Ana Paula Russo on the vocals, and accompanying her will be Nuno Dias on the Portuguese guitar. Was the first piece by Ana Paula Russo and Nuno Dias at the Monte Music Festival here.
Well, after that song, which was translated to English, says I was still little. Here's a lullaby coming in from our lovely duo. It's Beira Baisha. And these are all from the legacy of Carlos Pardes, the tunes. Well, from a lullaby, now, well, Anna Paula won't go to sleep, but it's going to be a guitar solo titled The Puppet. Well, that was a lovely guitar solo there, and I'm sure you enjoyed it. Surely woke up Anna Paolo from a nice little rest that she had. Now, next we have a tune titled Oh Boy, Behind the Mountains.
So you are watching a live telecast of the Monte Music Festival, and on center stage Nuno Dias and Ana Paula Russo. Coming up is Vai-te embora, o Papão, a tune from Beira Alta in Portugal, which simply means go away, you Papão. So the people who are attending the Monte Music Festival are enjoying. And here is Ana Paula Russo explaining the next tune coming up.
Dias, let us say. I think that Jeanette Noronha already said very well everything, every main things about this concert. But we would like to thank you all for being here. It's our way to thank Goa for having invited us, especially Dr. Paulo Gomes and the Fundação Oriente. We have had the pleasure of seeing and listening to so much Indian culture. It's not only Goan culture. And we try to pay you back with these little glimpses of Portugal that we bring to you. I hope you like, and thank you very much for your presence here. It's an honor for us. Now we stay with Romance Número 1 by Carlos Paredes, and then we change. Thank you very much.
So Ana Paula Russo there, handing over the stage to Nuno Dias, who's presenting a romantic.
So there you go, the Coimbra Neurona. Just doing a little bit of research. There are two variants in this guitar: the Lisbon Portuguese guitar and the Coimbra guitar.
Yeah,
Currently, Nuno Dias is playing on the Coimbra. You know a bit about this. Tell us.
yes, besides that, the style of the Fado also, I mean, they are big rivals, Coimbra and Lisbon. So they have this a huge what is the fan following for the Coimbra
and the Lisbon.
and the Lisbon.
So apparently even the tunings change. The Coimbra is tuned in C and the Lisbon on D. What do we have next now? I would think there we have our singers.
Ana Paula joining him, and as they told us, between women. So Ana Paula is a woman there, and the Portuguese guitar
I
also
believe
is
it's
a
a
woman.
feminine gender. Yes, yes, interesting.
So Nuno Dias is between women.
Bailalo, bailalo, picorcito, bailalo, que te quiero bonito, bailalo, bailalo del lado del otro costado y de delantera, también de trasera, te quiero morena. Bailalo, bailalo, picorcito, bailalo, que te quiero bonito, bailalo, bailalo del lado del otro costado y de delantera, también de trasera, te quiero salada. Por bailar el pingacho daron de dinéis, bailos de 4 y también de 6. Bailalo, bailalo, picorcito, bailalo, que te quiero bonito, bailalo, bailalo del lado del otro costado y de delantera, también de trasera, te quiero morena. Bailalo, bailalo, picorcito, bailalo, que te quiero bonito, bailalo, bailalo del lado del otro costado y de delantera, también de trasera, te quiero salada. Si lo bailares bien, daré un testón. Los que bailan bien, sé yo cuáles son. Bailalo, bailalo, picorcito, bailalo, que te quiero bonito, bailalo, bailalo del lado del otro costado y de delantera, también de trasera, te quiero morena.
So there you see the crowd also featuring the Consul General of Portugal in Goa, and they're all enjoying the Monte Music Festival. Here's Nuno Dias once again with Ana Paula Russo.
Ó Senhora do amparo, ela lá em cima vem, com seu menino ao colo e seu cabelo ao desdém. Ó Senhora do amparo, tem amparo na mão. Amparai-me a minha alma, também o meu coração. Ó Senhora do amparo, tem a bolsa janela para pagar ao pintor que lhe
So, featuring Ana Paula Russo and Nuno Dias, post sunset, the sun is still around to ask the moon something. That's the title of the tune. It's original from Azores. The sun asked the moon. So you just heard O Sol Perguntou à Lua, a tune from Açores. And coming up is Tema de Verde Janos. Once again, a guitar solo by Nuno Dias. Okay, I beg your pardon. It's Carta Miguel JJ, vocals Ana Paula Russo with Nuno Dias.
Diga, amigo Miguel, como vai você? Em tudo chega maneira, já ninguém o vê. Vou dar-lhe a minha viola para tocar outra vez. Vou dar-lhe a minha viola para tocar outra vez. Ia, 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 o seu valor um dia você mostrou. Todo um ano tu via e até dançou. Miguel, só você sabia tocar como já tocou. Miguel, só você sabia tocar como já tocou. Ia, 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 vinha maninga gente para aprender. Moda lá da sua terra bonita a valer. O Jaime até 15, amigos não volta a ver. O Jaime até 15, amigos não volta a ver. Ia, 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 ia,
Well, even music has its humor, isn't it? What a beautiful camaraderie between the guitar and vocals. Beautiful blend. We're coming in to the closing end of this beautiful recital, as I say, between vocals and that feminine Coimbra guitar.
Tenho barcos, tenho remos, tenho navios.
Monte Music Festival, more than 2 decades old, and has been a wonderful journey for not only musicians but music lovers as well.
With a little pat on the back. Thank you, Anna Paula Russo. And I do say both of them need well. It's a standing ovation from our audience to the wonderful Anna Paula Russo and Nuno Dias.
Well, what a lovely performance it was. Surely a great performance, as everybody here acknowledges in the crowd. I'm sure they would probably say one more, but I think that's it for the moment. This lovely discourse between the guitar and the vocals in between women. And as that happens, we like to also remind our viewers that tomorrow is the last day of the Monte Music Festival, and we're going to be moving down south, especially our audience. Anybody from down south in Goa would like to be part of it in person. All you need to do is make sure you are there down south at in Benauli, where we're going to have the day 3 of the festival that will be held at the church in St. John the Baptist Church in Benauli. Great performance also that we're going to be having tomorrow, and that's going to be the Paranjoti Academy Chorus will perform an a cappella repertoire. So with that, we